Hi, hello, good morning. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about getting around town. We are going to check some vocabulary about taking transportation and, for example, some transportation verbs and some adjectives, yes? Well, I'm sorry for the delay because for this presentation, but I had some technical problems. But well, now here we go. Yeah, so the topic is getting around town. With this topic, we will finish unit number 3, and then next week we will start uh, next unit. Okay, so think about some means of transport. Which of these do you already know? Can you name some of them? Try to write down very quickly or think about them of at least five of these. Which do you already know? Which are you familiar with? Yes? I bet you already know at least 10, right? Think about which of these are the most common. Yes? When you travel, have you traveled by any of these? Which of these are public transportation? Yes? So, can you mention at least 5? Are there some that you didn't know? I mean, you didn't know how to say them in English. Okay? Now, let's see some more vocabulary. So, first of all, there are certain verbs that we use, yes, when we talk about transport. So, we have some transportation verbs, right? Maybe you know some of them. Some of the most common are travel by, collect, get, not make, or leave someone. And they have a synonym, no? Or it's the same to say travel by or go by. It's exactly the same. Collect someone means pick up someone. Yes? You can say get or you can use catch. It's the same, exactly the same meaning. Not make a fly, for example, or you missed a flight. Leave someone, it's exactly the same as if you say drop someone on. Do you know the meaning of these verbs? Okay. Then we have some other verbs. These verbs usually are attached to other words like nouns. Yes, for example, take. You use this verb to say you take a taxi, you take you take a train, or you take a bus. Yes. In this case, for this lesson, I am using the article a or an, but you can use the article the. Take the taxi, take the train, take the bus. Right? Okay. Now pay attention to this. There are some verbs with a preposition that sometimes we confuse because for us in Spanish they have the same meaning, no? But they are used with an specific public transportation or transportation. For example, get on, get in. In the meaning, they are the same, but you use get on specifically with get on a plane, get on a motorbike, or get on a train. Try to memorize this, yes, because for us it's very confusing. Get on, get in. Now, we use get in when you refer to a car or a taxi or an Uber, right? The thing is that the noun is a car, right? Get in a car or you get in a taxi. Yes? Now, the other pair is get off and get out of. It's the same. The meaning is the same. But the thing is that get off is used with words like a train, and a bus. For example, get off a bus, get off a train. Now, you use get out of when you refer to a car or a taxi. Get out of a car or get out of a taxi. Yes, when you are leaving the taxi or when you are leaving the train, you just get off, get out of, right? Now, we have go by. You can say go by helicopter or go by car. And finally, we have ride. This is very specific. Remember, you ride a horse or you ride a bike. Yes? So these words for us are quite confusing, or it's better if you try to learn them by heart. Learn by heart means memorize. Yes? Okay. And then if you're using them, then you start using them very fluently, no? Okay. Now, when we are taking some transportation, right, when we refer to this, we have these words, stop or stand. Yes? Do you know what is the stop and what's stand? Yes, the stop is the place you get a bus. So that's the bus stop. And the stand, yes, is the place where you get a taxi. If you want to get a taxi, you go to the stand. If you want to get the bus, you go to the stop, to the bus stop. Yes, that's the difference. Now, what about fare and price? Do you know the meaning? Have you checked the meaning? Okay, now the fare is the money you pay for a trip by bus, train, or taxi. Yes? And the price is the amount of money something costs. Yes? You see the difference? Then we have the change, and receipt. Change. What is change? Change is the money you get back when you pay more than the price, and then you have the change. Yes. And the receipt. Yes, the receipt is that piece of paper that you receive to show you paid for something. Yes, that's the paper, right? Now we have the gate and the platform. What is the gate? Yes, the gate is the place, yes, where you go to get on a plane. If you are traveling by plane, then you go to the gate, yes, and then you wait there, and then you take the plane, yes, you get on a plane. And the platform, yes, is the place where you go when you get on the train. Yes, that's the difference. Now, book or check in. What is book? Book is the item, the book as your student's book, right? But it has another meaning. Yes. The book is when you buy a ticket in advance. It's like to say that you make a reservation, right? Well, not exactly a reservation, but you pay for it in advance. So you book. Yes. And check-in is when you arrive at an airport, yes, and you have to register when you register for a flight. That's to check in. Or when you arrive to well, we're talking about transportation, but when you go to a hotel, you arrive at the desk and you do the check-in. Yes, it's like a registration. Okay, so that would be the difference using these words. Now, continue talking about public transportation. Which are the most common to use here in the city, for example? Yes, we have the bus, subway or underground, train, and taxi. Maybe here in Mexico, it is not very common to use the train as public transportation, right? But in Mexico City, we have the underground or the subway. And well, here in Puebla, we have the bus or taxis. There are other public transportation, but these are the most common, yes? Okay. So far, we have studied, we have learned here a lot of vocabulary, yes? And then, well, you have to put it in context. Now, think about some adjectives when you think about traveling by plane. What do you think? Un momentito. Okay, encontré esto en yes? Internet sobre about traveling by. Sorry. Then think about traveling by plane. What do you think? There are certain adjectives we can use to describe this or to refer to this. Okay, here you have some of them. Fast, easy, comfortable, uncomfortable, dangerous, polluting, green, convenient, inconvenient, safe. Okay, well, it's repeated here. Inconvenient, slow, healthy, unhealthy, difficult. Yes? Now, can you find we have green. Can you find the, just like the opposite for these adjectives? Yes, I will give you half a minute to check this. Well, we already have comfortable. The opposite is uncomfortable. Right? We have convenient. The opposite is inconvenient. We have healthy. The opposite, unhealthy. So as you see, we in these cases, we add the prefix on or in. Uncomfortable, inconvenient, unhealthy. Can you find the opposites of the others? Okay, I will say the word and then you try to find it. Fast, what's the opposite? Yes, we have slow. Easy. Difficult. Dangerous. Have it. Safe. Polluting. Green. So we don't use the word ecological, no? It's ecological to travel by bike, no? We use green. Traveling by bike is green, yes? So polluting, green. Safe, we have dangerous, we said that. Okay, and well, we have all of them, no? Is it difficult, right? Okay, now we have here some uh, expressions, yes, for going on a trip. So read them. Maybe you have seen them on your book. You can refer to it on page 40. Yes, and just have a look there. If you don't have the book, well, here you have these common expressions for going on a trip. Yes. So as we said, the most common ways of to travel are maybe when you travel by a taxi or by bus, no, by train or in other countries, of course, and by plane. And we have here some phrases. In a taxi, I'd like to go to the station, please. You can stop here. How much is that? Do you have change? Do you want a receipt? On a bus, do you stop at the airport? A one-way or round-trip ticket. Please stop at the next one. That's $2. At the train station. A round-trip ticket to the airport, please. First or second class? One way or round trip? Which platform seat? At the airport. Can I see your passport? How many bags are you checking? I only have this carry-on. Window or aisle seat? Can I get a seat next to my friend? Just remember that when you are making some questions, remember about the intonation, right? The intonation goes up, and when you have two options, the intonation goes up, and then in the middle, the intonation goes down. For example, here, a one way, the intonation goes up, and then or round trip ticket. Yes, the intonation starts going down. Or here, window or aisle seat. In this case, for this word aisle, we don't pronounce the S. So you don't say aisle. Okay, it doesn't sound. It's a silent E. Okay, so here we are some common expressions, and then we have a conversation. Yes, listen to this. Read these conversations, please. Try to find some of the expressions in the previous slide, from the previous slide. Where are they? Where do they want to go? What are they talking about? What is the situation? Are they at the airport, at the bus station, at the stand, or at the bus stop? Where are they? Yes? So you have you'll have here 1 minute or two so that you can read this conversation. Yes? Okay, I hope you had enough time to read these conversations. Now, if you want to listen to this conversation, you can go to our website page and listen audio 24, unit 3, audio 24. Yes? Remember you have the password to access. Okay. Now, taking this conversation as an example, right? Try to make a similar conversation or maybe a description about this situation, going on a journey. Look at these pictures here. Try to use the vocabulary from previous slides as well as the conversation example. Yeah, so that you can make or create a story or maybe a conversation, right? So, which of these which expressions do you think are said by a passenger, the passenger in a taxi, or is there a passenger on a train, or is there a passenger on a plane? What do you think? What can you see in these pictures? Yes, look at picture number 1. What is the situation? What happened? Yes, so it starts in a story at a news, right? A news report in the Times. It says 1 million diamond robbery in London. And it starts like police are following the thief, the person that stole, right? The person that stole the diamond. So in next picture, it continues the story, right? What do you think is happening? Remember to use the vocabulary, yeah, right? So try to answer these questions, no? Which platform is it? What is the man saying? Can I have a seat next to the window? I'd like to go to the bus station. I have only this carry-on. You can drop me here. What do you think the person's asking or ask her? First or second class? How many bags are you checking in? Window or aisle? Yes, I'll drop you here. So try to use some expressions and vocabulary to describe the situation. Okay, so I will give you the names. The name of the woman in the picture is Constance. Yes, and the other person is Inspector Watson. So you can use this, Inspector Watson and Constance. Yes, there are other people there. Person in taxi. There is another person at the ticket office, at the check-in desk. Yes. So that would be to only for practice. You already have a lot of work to do in the other platform. So this is for practice. Yes, only practice. If you want to do it, or maybe you want to look at the story and create it mentally or orally. Yes. And finally, just try to answer these questions. How do you get to? Think about your everyday, yes, everyday life. So, how do you usually get to work or school? Try to give long answers. I usually go to work by bus, or I usually go to work by taxi. Try to make a long answer. What's your favorite type of transport? My favorite type of transport is, and why? Try to explain why. Because here you can use the adjectives, because it is safe, because it is fast, because it is convenient, because it is comfortable. Which types of transport don't you like using? Yes, and why not? Again, here you can use adjectives, right? Is there a lot of traffic where you live? Yes, there is a lot of traffic. You can use also adjectives here to describe the traffic. Think about the city, here in the city. And when is the worst time to travel? So think about the morning when you go to school. What's the worst time to travel? Right now, the city is, there is not a lot of traffic because we are all in our houses, right? Because of this quarantine. But try to remember those days when you used to go to school, and we hope that we can go back to school again one day, yes? So we don't have the exact time to get back, but okay, so try to answer these questions, write a short paragraph, and use all the vocabulary from this unit. Okay, so that would be all for today. Thank you very much for your attention, and once more, I'm sorry for the delay. And for today, there is no forum question, but next Thursday, the questions would be about today's topic. Yes. Have a nice day, and hope to see you soon.